Hey.
You set my world free. 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 Yeah. Nothing can compare to. I set myself free. Nothing can compare to. Yeah, I found you in the YPG. You set my world free. I found you in the YPG. I found you in the YPG. You set my world free. I found you in the YPG. You set my world free. Nothing can compare to this. You set my world free. Yeah, I set myself free. Nothing can compare to this. I set myself free. Say I will not doubt myself, and I'll believe in myself in the YPG as I level up with every move. We'll take it to another level, another level, another. We're going to another level, another level, another level, another. I've been down before. Feel like a whole world just wants my phone. I've been trapped by what they see me for, but now I'm free, free to go. We'll take it to another level, another level, another level, another level, another. We're going to another level, another level, another level, another level, another level, another level, another. You set my world free. Nothing can compare to this. You set my world free. Yeah, I set myself free. Nothing can compare to this. I set myself.
Hey. Hey. Okay. I think I'm good. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me. Sorry for no introduction, guys. I'm getting a lot of feed here on my side. Please just let me know if you guys can hear me clearly. I just had to cut in straight here, although I didn't change anything, but no worries. No worries. Let me put y'all's comment section here where I can see it nice and cool. There we go. My sincerest apologies. We couldn't be with you guys connected yesterday. And since especially in these 21 days, I'm sure it's going to be good to keep you guys busy. Not to mention how intriguing and I believe powerful today's Vibe O'Clock theme is going to be, and important for all of our lives. And I've got a couple of guests who are connected with us, and they are going to be sharing with us their thoughts on this. And I also want to hear from you guys, especially the champs here in the comment section. What do you think are the main characteristics which, how do I put it, which distinguish between being someone who is stubborn and being someone who is persistent? Because if you think about it, a persistent person would have the traits of being stubborn, or a stubborn person is actually someone who is persistent. Is that true or not? You guys are going to have to stay connected. Meanwhile, I want you guys to get everybody connected. I don't know what's up with the sound issue here, but it's no train smash. It's just that I really, really need to hear our guests. But meanwhile, make sure that you take this link, you connect all your friends, everybody who is not connected yet, and tell them that the Vibe O'Clock is on. Also, my apologies for the slight delay. We did have just a couple of technicalities here and there. I am alone today, my fam, the rest of the fam, everybody's busy somewhere. Uncle Vinnie's at Holy Ground and so forth, but no train smash. We're here, and we're here to share something. It's going to be worth the wait. So going up for the break, when we come back, we kick off with this superb subject. Okay, let's go.
Fear, you won't take me down. Hate, you won't steal my crown. King with no kingdom, a prince with no peace. You've had your day, yeah, but today that's not me. 'Cause when I walk through the fires of life now, I won't be afraid, no, won't be afraid, no. God, you walk through the fires with me, so I won't be afraid, no, won't be afraid, no. I lift my arms up, I cast my cares up with faith like a child, oh, no matter what, no matter what. When I walk through the fires of life now, won't be afraid, no, won't be afraid, no. Keep walk, 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 yeah. Keep walk, 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 yeah. So now we soldier on. Let love be the first and the last word on our tongue. Fight the good fight, push back the darkness, light up the night, light it up, light it up. When I walk through the fires of life now, won't be afraid, no, won't be afraid, no. God, you walk through the fires with me, so I won't be afraid, no, won't be afraid, no. I lift my arms up, I cast my cares up with faith like a child, oh, no matter what, no matter what. When I walk through the fires of life now, won't be afraid, no, won't be afraid, no. I can feel my soul getting freed now, laying all my burdens down, I'm free now, singing hallelujah, I'm redeemed now. I can feel my soul getting freed now, laying down my burdens, I'm free now, singing hallelujah, I'm redeemed now, hallelujah, hallelujah. When I walk through the fires of life, I won't be afraid, no, won't be afraid, no. God, you walk through the fires with me, so won't be afraid, no, won't be afraid. I lift my eyes up,
walk with the YPG. Walk with the YPG. You can't get wrong when you are walking with the YPG. Welcome back, you who were with us just before the break, the short break, the moment for you to get everybody connected. And welcome to those who weren't with us. So today we're going to be talking about the distinct characteristics of a person who is stubborn versus a person who's persistent. Because if you think about it, a stubborn person is persistent, or a persistent person is stubborn. So you'll legit tell them, hey, I don't think you should go for it. I don't think you should do that. And you end up seeing that person doing it. I have connected here to actually three guests, including Uncle Vinnie. I'm going to talk to Uncle Vinnie. I'm going to set him up here so that he can talk to us as you see him on the screen. What's good, Uncle Vinnie? We can't hear you, Uncle Vinnie. We can't hear you. Connected live from Holy Ground. We can't hear you, Uncle Vinnie. I don't know if it's just me. Oh, sorry. It's my fault. It is my fault. Talk, Uncle Vinnie. Talk now. There we go. It's my fault. It's not your fault. What's good, Uncle Vinnie?
The sound problem. It was a button problem. But what's up, PJ and the YPG fam? We are here from the Holy Ground, the dungeons of the Holy Ground, and I'm excited for this one. I enjoyed this on Wednesday, and I hope we can have another fun one today.
I'm sure we can. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you what distinguishes the two, because obviously we spoke about this earlier today, and I shared with you a couple of the points for us to discuss with the YPG fam. But do you have any instance in your life where you were stubborn and you can say, oof, that stubbornness really got the worst of me?
Yo, I won't lie to you. When I was planning the something extra, I was trying to go back in time and remember. But then I don't remember like a clear... I know there was a moment, but I just don't remember what it was.
Okay.
I really to rewind the tapes of my life and have a little bit of a...
you know it's real when it's the tapes. You know it's real when it's the tapes. You know it's real.
Nowadays, we started off with tapes. Now we didn't have hard drives back then.
Now you're giving away your age. You're giving away. You're making the rest of the Bible Clockians worried about how old you really are. Bootless says that a stubborn person is very rooted in their ways, even though it only harms them and does not accept help. I think that's a fair point. But then how will you distinguish between that and someone who is persistent? How will you say, okay, that's a person who is stubborn, but what about the persistent person? Jamie says persistence is continuing to do something or to try to do something, even though it is difficult or other people want you to stop. Okay, what is it to be stubborn? Because remember, the characteristics of the two, they seem similar. They seem like you know, they're walking in the same lane. They seem like you can legit... Let me take Uncle Vinnie out. You can see that he's listening to somebody.
Sorry, just got a quick voice note here. But yeah, you can take me out for now.
Okay, so you'll be like, you know, one works with the other. They seem very similar. They seem like something which kind of makes sense to have the two. What is the main distinguishing factor between someone who is persistent and someone who is stubborn? I've got Percy Ngema, who is connected with us live from our fam in Kempton Park. What's good, Percy?
Oh, how are you, PJ?
I'm doing good. I'm really doing good. Tell us, Percy, what do you think are the main characteristics which distinguish a persistent person and a stubborn person?
Basically, I've got a good example to sum it out. Because when you get into definitions, you can get lost into with your words.
Okay.
But there's a famous inventor. His name is Thomas Edison. He invented the light bulb.
Yeah.
So basically, a reporter once asked him, and he was like, "How did it feel to fail 1,000 times before you created the light bulb?" And he was like, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. It just took 1,000 steps." So my analogy goes along with persistence. Persistence, view it in this manner. You've got a dream, and you may fail the first time, but if you want to be stubborn in achieving the dream and failing, you'll try it exactly the same way. You understand? That's like being stubborn. But if you're persistent, you see where you've fallen short, you see where you lagged, you improve. And even if you fail again, you can go back and, like Thomas Edison, eventually failed 1,000 times. But I think 1001, he created the light bulb. So that's the analogy I can use, you know?
Think about that person who believes that that decision they are taking, make believe the light bulb was something that would never work. Make believe that was
Yeah.
the dumbest thing that anybody could ever think of, because light could never light up in a bulb.
Yeah.
Do you still think Thomas would be stubborn, or do you still insist that he is persistent?
I think he'd be, if he carried on, that would be stubborn. If let's just say let's make an analogy. He was trying to make a tree emit
Okay.
light, something that will never work, no matter what. So for the youth or the YPG watching right now, if you can literally see, everyone has intelligence, everyone has wisdom, I believe. If you can intentionally see that this is going to harm you and this will never work, yeah, you're being stubborn.
Okay. Tell me something. Have you had an incident in your life where you can say you were stubborn, like that you can share with us?
Yes, I
Talk
am.
to
I am.
us. Talk
Or
to
I
us.
was.
Oh.
I was the word stubborn. I was the word stubborn. And
Okay.
before Wednesday, the funny part, before Wednesday, I could relate with persistence and stubbornness almost being the same thing, or I viewed them as the same thing. But when I actually really look at it, in the beginning, before I was committed to the YPG, and I actually came to the institution, the Universal Church, and I was in a relationship. And when I say every pastor was telling me that, look, for you to grow, for you to be, spiritually well, and you've got to break up, you know.
Okay.
And I know this girl for like, I think I came when I was like 20, 21 or 20. I knew her from when I was 14, you know. She was, well, I can go back, oh my goodness. But let me tell you the whole story.
Okay, we're listening.
I was
We got time today.
I was very, when you're in the world, my testimony has to do with um, being a womanizer. And she was like, at the time, she was the main chick from the age of 14. So
Okay.
I pushed her, converted, and I cut everyone else, like cut literally everyone else. And I confessed to her and I told her everything, right? And she still stayed. So in my mind, I was like, no, she is the perfect woman for me. She still stayed, even after confessing.
She's the
But
one.
then the pastor came to me and is like, no, you still have to cut her. I was like, no, she's good. She's a good person. Come on. Can't you see the effort I've done? And he was like, if you want to grow spiritually, if you want to, she'll be a weight, basically. And I was like, no, pastor, because we do not force. In the institute, they don't force. I carried on. carried on until one day I came to a realization that I man, this thing is not working. And I had to, end things then and there. It was hard, but from then onwards, that's when I started like
Percy, I
growing
have a
spiritually.
question which I need to throw at you.
Yeah.
Tisha's asking a very good question. She says, what about a guy chasing a girl thinking it's persistence, but it's actually stubbornness? What about that? When, there's that incident where the guy's like, no, she's the one for me, she's the one for me, you're the one for me. Or he even points at you're the one for me. as
I was like PJ, that's a very tricky question because it's all about the basics, the fundamentals. Is he a good person? Is he converted? For me, that if he's a good person, then he's in the same faith.
He's a good
I,
person, but he could be stubborn, hey? I mean, sometimes good people can also be stubborn. Before we carry
that's a
on,
very tricky one.
I want to bring Wandile. Wandile is connected here as well. Wandile, can you hear us? She's the third person on the screen you guys can see right now. Wandile, are you good?
Hi, PJ. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. And, connected with the YPJ fam, having such an interesting subject. Nice, cool aircon. It's like really cool in here right now with this heat of Joburg. What a way to end my Sunday. And then comes this superb question here. The topic itself is already major. And then when we come with this here, it just made it even better. Tell us, where are you talking from, by the way? My apologies.
I'm connected from Guamash.
Okay, Kwamashu, our DBN fam, our KwaZulu fam. Wandile, what do
Yes.
you think are the main characteristics, or what is the fine line between being stubborn and being persistent?
I think a stubborn person would always think that they're right, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They think that they're right and they're not open to any other opinion.
Okay.
And if they do receive a different perspective or a different opinion, they would receive that as criticism, even if it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's someone trying to bring in a different perspective or a different light, they would just deem that person as being negative, if I can put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just think they're always right, even when they're not.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an incident in your life where you were stubborn that you could share with us?
Absolutely. I have two.
Okay,
So the
here we
first
go.
the first one happened a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
So I was moving from where I was staying to a different apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is there's load shedding in South Africa, and
Okay.
they tell me to move in your furniture between this time and that time. And I'm
Okay.
like, okay, cool. I stay at work until the 11th hour because I'm thinking if I get 10 people to help me move, it's going to be quicker. I get 10 people, they help me move. At 2 o'clock, I get load shedding, or it's about 20 to 2. They're saying, okay, we're closing the lift now. That means you have to walk the steps up. And where I am is at 15th floor. And I'm
Oh.
like, Haibo, kanjani, because how can we carry a couch from ground floor to 15th floor? And they're like, but we told you that we have load shedding between this time and
We
that time.
told
And
you you are
literally,
in South Africa. We told you you are in South Africa.
we literally had to walk from ground to 15 carrying a couch
Oh my goodness. One
because we
delay,
had to.
you
And
are
I
gonna.
just realized,
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry to cut you. Yeah.
sorry. And I just realized, do you know what? If I was just here earlier, like I said, and didn't think Uguti, I could get this done in an hour and a half or in an hour, I wouldn't have had to walk in flights up and sweat the way that I did.
Before you share with us the second story, I want us just to go for a short break, just for a breather. And when we come back, I want Wandile to share the second part, the second incident of her story. I also have a very funny one, which Uncle Vinnie was sharing with us from one of our YPG members from Holy Ground. And it's a hilarious story, and I asked him to connect with us. And those of you who are connected, share here in the comment section your stubbornness stories, the moments in which you were stubborn and you clearly regretted being stubborn. Okay, we're just going to go for a short break, just for us to catch a breather. And when we come back, we're going to hear the second story of Wandile, the second stubborn story of Wandile. The first, she refused to hear. She refused to listen when they told her to be within these certain hours, to go upstairs and take her furniture. She decides, nah, I got this. Bang, 15 floors up because she was stubborn. Load shedding struck. And then the second story you're going to hear right after the break. Stay connected, and meanwhile, get somebody to connect with us. We're going to be right back.
For you to get a loaf of bread, that requires like a combination of specialist workers. One bakes the bread, another makes the plastic. The bread is put inside of the plastic, and then we hire a truck that will take your bread to your retail store before it comes to your table for consumption. What is this bread? YPG. What are these specialist workers? Every single member of the YPG. And if one specialist worker fails to function, it cripples out the entire industrialized society, because together we are one. So allow me to educate, stimulate, define, refine, boldly, quite literally change your intentions, profusely, proactively change your perception, transfuse in your intellect, how to conceptualize ideas, produce, reproduce with great precision. The YPG is a round of applause, standing ovation. It's good, it's great, it's unbeatable, it's flawless, it's impactful. The YPG is sweet, like angels' feet. The YPG is the embodiment of positive thinking and personal empowerment. Where there's difficulty, we see an opportunity. It is the fire-up example of the theory that the engines of success run on tenacity and hard work. The real you is the prolific source of all power. Mines of power lie unexplored within you. You use this power unconsciously, you achieve certain things. Learn to use this power consciously so you can go to another level. Together as one.
How can you go to another level? Do you think being stubborn you can go to another level, or do you think you have to be persistent to go to another level? Beautiful poem. I don't get tired of it. Indeed, I don't get tired of this poem. And as you guys are saying here, the poem, 10 out of 10. It is beautiful. The others as well, but this one just really did its thing. So Wandile was sharing with us her story of being stubborn. Percy also did the same, of a relationship. I think when we go to relationship, the stubborn aspect will really kick in a lot, because it's the thing that works with this Baba here. No, not the YPG, the one that's here inside Pagat and Tlizio. But anyways, Wandile, share with us, what is the other moment, incident in your life of great regret, where you just decided, I'm going to be stubborn because I got this, I ain't got to listen to nobody, and bang, what happened?
Okay, so we had gone to a team building activity. And so what happened was, we then were split into two teams, and we were doing paintballing. So
Wow.
the person guiding us says that if you run out of bullets, you need to raise your gun up,
Oh
and
no, I see where this is
you
going.
have to exit. Yes, you
Oh
need to raise your
no.
gun up. You have to exit. So I'm thinking, there's 3 this side, there's 3 on the other end. One person on our side is out, and there's 2 of us now. Then I'm out of bullets, and I tell the person, listen, I'm out of bullets, but I'm not going to exit. But I'm going to raise my gun. I'm going to raise my gun up so they think I'm out of bullets. You go run, take the flag, and bring it to our side. Little did I realize that somebody was listening to the
Oh
entire,
no.
as I started walking forward with my gun up, the bullets just kept coming and coming and coming, and it was at close range, and the pain
That stuff
was
is painful. That stuff is
unbearable.
painful, guys. If you've played paintball, that stuff is painful. Ooh.
It is painful. It is painful, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so stubborn because the person who was instructing said, if you run out of bullets, raise your gun up and exit because he knew. I'm like, we can't lose. Let's go for it. And
Oh my goodness, Wandile, you have by far some of the best stubborn stories, which I must say. My goodness.
Yeah. No.
Oh, Percy, have you played paintball as well?
I've never,
Never. My
never. I
goodness,
want,
that stuff is
I
painful. Oof.
but with Wadila's
it's very,
story, I think that's the like the highest rank of stubbornness. Come on, like how you gonna win with no, no bullets, no paintballs.
I have a similar story. I'm going to share it. It's similar more or less to one dealer's one with the paintball, but it's not necessarily paintball. So I think I was 16 at the time, and we went to Sun City. I went there with my friends. And when you go to the slides, there's that very, very long slide. I forgot the name of it. I don't know if my Rustenburg fam will remember, if anybody else remembers. There's that long slide. And I remember I had gone to Sun City before when I was a kid, so it had always been my dream to get on that slide. And one of the instructions you guys will remember is they will say to you, you have to cross your legs. And I'm on some,
Yeah.
cross my legs for yini, for whom, for what?
Yeah.
And I go down the slide without my legs crossed.
Cross.
That pain, I think I don't remember how it was. It had always been my dream because the other times I'd gone there, I was still a kid. I was too short. They wouldn't let me. There was that height restriction. So I couldn't. So after years, I'm finally in Sun City. Finally, I'm old enough and tall enough to get onto the slide. Guys, I think that was probably one of the worst experiences. And I love adrenaline. Yeah?
The thing with stubbornness is deep down inside, you know the right way. You do.
oh,
Like
Yeah.
it's never something you just go like, blindfolded. No, you know what's the right way.
It's actually a very good point. I mean, as Wandile mentioned, the whole thing she was told before, the paintball as well, she was told before. The relationship issue, you were told, well, maybe not before, but eventually you were told, but you were insisting on it. In my case,
I was
yeah.
I was told from the beginning, like from the word go, from when I started committing myself. And so you always know. You always know.
I mentioned this on Wednesday in the Something Extra on the live. I did mention now, Percy, you're reminding me as well of the relationship one. And from the get-go as well, being in a relationship with my friends were like, bro, what are you doing with this lady? And I was insisting. Long story short, one day I was doing athletics. I think I was in grade 10, grade 11, somewhere there. And I had the fixture at this girl's school. We were in different schools, and I had the fixture at her school. And I remember a girl from her school saw us chatting and hugging, kissing, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, are you guys dating? And I'm like, yeah, we are. And I'm proud. I'm like, yeah, it's my girlfriend. And she's like, turns to the girl and she's like, but aren't you dating so-and-so,
Yo, PJ, don't get me started. I've got stories for days.
But worse was not the incident. The worst was not the incident. Okay, maybe I could have just listened to my friends and be like, no, this is so true. Let me sit down, let me be humble. No. I carried on in the relationship. She came up with the story and I believed the story. As you said, Percy, as you said, There is
always know.
always that story where you know. It's so true. It's so
Yeah.
true. I'm going to bring here Nkosinati, who's going to share with us his story. And then when he's done, we are going to discuss a little bit and share with you guys the points where to know whether you are being stubborn or if you are being persistent. Nkosinati, can you hear me? I don't know if we're good to go. I don't know if we're good to go. I am, however, also reading many of your comments. Some of your comments are too long, guys. Like, I'm not being able to read all of them. Some of them are very long. But I see that they are very, 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 very interesting here. Tabang says, the pain caused by paintball bullets is crazy. Tabang, only when you feel... You know, the first time I went paintballing, I got shot on my chest. And I literally took out my gear, my overall, because I thought I was bleeding. That thing stings, guy. It's painful. I can just imagine. Mine was from a bit of distance. I can just imagine one delay.
Up close.
Close range. And it's a lady. I mean, ladies, y'all, although y'all can feel a bit more pain, but I don't know. I don't know. My goodness, my goodness. Nkosinati, can you hear us? Can you hear me? Just unmute your mic there and say I'm here. I'll actually shift out. I'll shift out and let Nkosinati take my place. It's not a problem. Nkosinati, are you there? Just unmute your mic. Just unmute your mic, please. Just unmute. I see that you are connected. I see that you're trying to talk. I can't unmute you. I really can't unmute you. Let me take Uncle Vinnie out just for now from here. Remove from green room. Check if you can talk now, Nkosinati. I think you need to unmute on your side because everything on our side is good. So much so that we could hear Wandile and Percy there. Oh, shame. He disconnected. Okay. His story is a very funny story. And honestly, I didn't think of this. Honestly, from the points I have here, I didn't think of this as Percy said. You usually know that you're being stubborn. At least not that you know that you'll be stubborn, but you usually know that, let me not go there. We're going to be right back, just so we can try to get to Nkosinati connected. I need you guys to hear the story. It is hilarious. Uncle Vinnie was sharing with me, and I asked him please to bring Nkosinati on air for us to hear. We're going to go just for a short break. One more poem. When we come back, we're going to head through to it. We're going to be right back. Don't move, right? Let's put another poem.
Why the YPG? How do I even explain this? I mean, don't get me wrong. If I could, I would write a song about it. Or maybe even rap about it. But instead, I'm going to do a spoken word about it. Why the YPG? This question gets me so excited. And I hope that maybe through these words that you may get enlightened. Enlightenment, that's one of the things that this family is about. They didn't just revive my vibe, they helped revive my life. I used to be a sheep waiting for slaughter. Don't get me wrong, in the eyes of the world I still am. But the new script I abide by handed me an armor to which no weapon formed against me can prosper. Why the YPG? I got a better question. Why not the YPG? A place of joy, peace, and vibes. A place where we got so much truth, we don't need the lies. A place where I don't need to carry a piece of myself, but I am taught to walk with a peace within myself. A place where we got so much joy that it radiates from a distance. That even on your darkest day, you couldn't dare to resist it. Look, rhymes aside, the YPG is my family. And I have mentors and members that will always check up on me on a daily. Yeah.
Okay, we're back. I have a picture here just before. I have a picture here. One of the pastors sent me. Just excuse me. I've got. It's just gonna pop up here, guys, because obviously it was not prepared, and just for you guys to have an idea of what I was talking about. You guys are gonna see it just now. It's a slide similar to. I don't know if it's this exact one, but I think it is this one. That was the slide. So as you can see, the guy crosses his leg. Okay, guys, my apologies. We had a bit of a cut here. What I love about this program is that they updated the system. So whenever I get disconnected, it literally just bang, asks me if I want to reconnect and continue the live. So that's what's awesome. This program is simply awesome, so I don't have to make a new link. So I did have a bit of a cut there, but that's not a train smash. No train smash there. Now, as I was showing to you guys the picture of the slide, let me show you guys again, the picture of the slide. This is practically it. So as you can see, my man's got his legs crossed there because the water will go right through between your legs. It is an excruciating pain when it is a long way down and it's a lot of water. Yes, so usually the guy on the left there is the guide who will say to you, cross your legs. He will guide you to cross your legs. But if you decide that you want to be stubborn and you know what's going on and you know what you're doing and you ain't got to listen to instructions, bang, that's what happens and that's what gets you in trouble. Uncle Vinnie is back here. I think we're not going to be able to sort it out with Nkosinati, but I need to conclude. Just so you guys know, the Viber clock is going to shift a little bit how things are done. And I'm not going to get into details why, but we are going to work within an hour. If ever it exceeds that, we are going to let you guys know. It'll be a special. But I have literally 9 minutes, and I want to thank Percy, Wandile for sharing their stories. Before you guys go, please send a shout out to your YPG fam, Wandile there in Kwamashu, and then Percy there to the Kempton Park fam.
Big
All right,
shout out
ladies
to
first.
my family in Kwamashu, all of them. Keep taking things to another level.
Okay. Sweet, straight to the point. Thank you so much for your participation, Wandile. Thank you so much for your story. See you soon.
Thanks so much.
Percy?
Okay.
I'll go name by name. Kimberly, Paris, Vinnie. All right, Dile. I'm just joking.
Yeah. I'm like, no,
To my
we got time.
to the Kempton fam, like, much love. I love you guys. Like, to the moon and back. And let's keep pushing.
Okay. Percy, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing with us what you did. Take care. A huge shout out to the Kempton Park fam. See you guys real soon. I'll see you guys real soon. Right. Uncle Vinnie is back in the game. Uncle Vinnie, let's get to business. Let us confront this. It sounds like almost like an enigma here, you know. What is the difference between being stubborn and being persistent? Are you gonna connect him on the call? Is that what you want to do?
I'm saying, yeah, you could, if you could WhatsApp call him, because yeah, he's keen. There's just some load shedding issues.
Don't you want to call him there? Then we just put him on the mic. Okay, let me WhatsApp call him here. The thing is, I'll have to add contact. You keep talking there, Uncle Vinnie, whilst I'm doing the job here.
To wrap up already, or do we keep things going? Because I think this story is gonna help us, understand what's going on.
Producer, I'm going to exceed an hour today, producer. I'm sorry. Today, we're in the fast of Daniel, producer. You got to understand, producer.
No PSL today. No next week.
Matter of fact, PSL, these say Premier League or something. But anyways, let's get some work done here.
To start wrapping up, or do you think we should wait until you get that call through?
I think you can talk about your moment. I shared mine, Percy did, one delay twice. Share us your stubborn story. You still haven't. You were like, want to hear it.
Go back in time. I have a lot of stubborn, well, not a lot of stubborn moments, I think.
Uh-huh.
I'm just trying to remember something interesting because some are boring, like pursuing drawing. I think that was the worst thing I did. Learning how to draw.
Now you're demotivating those who want to learn how to draw and they're terrible like you and I.
Exactly. No, we stick to our stick men and stuff because I was terrible at it.
But I'm a king of stickman. That's my thing. That's really my thing. You know, that's really my thing. Let me see. I'm trying to call Nkosinati here on Telegram. If it doesn't work, then unfortunately we won't be. But I really want you guys to hear the story. It's Telegram. Yeah, it's on Telegram. It's not showing on WhatsApp.
Let me see if I can try it.
Okay, you try it there. I really... Okay, at least it's going through on your side. It's just not showing on my side.
Can you hear him?
I can hear you.
PJ, can you hear?
A little bit, yeah, I can. Go for it. Kosinati, tell us your story.
Kosinati, tell us the vibes. What went down on Wednesday? Tell us that story.
On Wednesday.
The story you told us on Wednesday.
So the story is there was a time in 2018. So in 2018, there was this guy that we used to play with. So he was old. So as he was old, and then there was this time, it was a Monday. So he came with his friend. So ageza nomngane wakhe, and then we played sakhuluma, and then uthi akathi corner. Whenever he took a corner, and then his friend was left behind, and then he was like, I'm going to tell Congo that you insulted him with his mom. Then he went and told Congo. Can you hear?
Yeah, we're listening. Keep going.
Yeah, so as he went to tell Congo, Congo came. He didn't ask anything, and then he came and slapped my face. So as he slapped me, I was like, I'm not going to allow this old guy to slap me like this. I'm going to fetch someone who's at his age. And then someone was like, no, don't go and tell your uncle. And then I was like, I'm going there. So as I was going there, it's like I was boiling. That and then when I got there, I told him everything without even checking how is he or anything. I just told him, hey, he slapped me and like this and this. And then my uncle, he was drunk at that day. That day he was drunk. So I only saw that when we were only going to this guy. So I was like, on my way, yo, this guy, they are going to trap him. So when when we got there, and then my uncle, he slapped this guy, he beat this guy up. And then I went to the one that lied about me, saying that I insulted Congo. I went to him, I slapped him. As we were beating them, that guy, he saw his brothers, his big brothers, passing by the robots. So everything, the scene happened on the robots. So when he saw them, he called them. Hey,
How many were they? So, the brothers?
As he was saying that, I wanted to rush there. Like I rushed, and then when I rushed, I wanted to close his mouth so that he doesn't say anything. They don't even hear him. So I slept. And then the guys, they saw us. When they saw us, they just parked their car on the robots. And then whenever they came, and then they were like, it's like, they were saying, like, chill, man. So this guy that I slept, he came by my face, like, he was like, yeah, these are my guys. Repeat what you just did. And then I calculated, I was like, yo, these guys, they are too many. I'm not going to do that. And then this guy is persisted and came on my face. He was like, do what you did again. These are my guys. And then I was already starting to get bored, and then I slapped him. After slapping him, the fire came down. Everyone came up. They were beating me. It's like there were more than 7 guys. They were beating me. After beating me, like my uncle came, and then he was like, "No, stop it." And then Utagang Kuzela, and then there's this guy Naledi. He came, and then he made the situation to be worse. And then what tripa lelo baba lo, and then Utagam tripa, and then he fell down, and then they also beat him. So I saw that, man, many people, it's like now by man, like, and then I was like, I'm running away here. By that time, my uncle was already running, like he left me there. And then I followed him. I ran away. And then I was like, this is not going to stop. I'm going to call all my uncles. And then I called them. After calling them, then my mom was like, because Nat, you are not going to go there. I was like, I'm going there. She was like, you are going to see where we are going to sleep. We are going to go there and we are going to apologize. I was like, never, never. And then he gave me a threat. He was like, yeah, you are going to see where you're going to sleep. And then I was like, okay, mama, I'll go there. And then we went there. When we went there, and then I told the guys that I'm sorry. And then when I told him that I'm sorry, and then Congo was like, no, it's not finished. We can even start the fight right there. And then I was like, oh, let's start it, really. And then my mom was like, we came here to bring peace. So I was like, okay, it's fine. That day I was very angry because of my mom. Didn't want me to yazini bekangafuni ukuthi ngiset statement. Yeah, that's all what happened that day.
My goodness. Ironically, I never thought, I didn't think of this, Uncle Vinnie, but really what Percy said is so true.
Hello.
When you take the decision, when you are stubborn, you know that you shouldn't do it. There's always that advice telling you, don't do it. In the case of one delay, the paintball thing, and in the case of Percy, the pastor in the church, in my case, the instructor going down that slide. In the case of Nkosinati, his mother, who gives us more advice than our parents. But how many times are we stubborn and we decide, hey, I'm not going to listen? Busisa says that Nkosinati was stubborn and persistent at the same time. Oh my goodness. Guys, let me move on to what really matters here. Nkosinati, thank you so much for sharing with us your story. I hope that you don't bump into Congo and whoever else again. And if you do, don't mess with them. Don't mess with them. Uncle Vinnie, let's get our work done here right now. So, we have people who are stubborn and we have people who are persistent. When do you know that you were being stubborn, and when do you know that you were being persistent? Do you want to bring out the first point here, Uncle Vinnie?
I was sharing with everyone on Wednesday that stubbornness, we'll take the example of Nkosinati, is interesting because with stubbornness there comes red flags. You know, there's that danger sign, ingozi, khafar. It's telling you that if you go there, atlau herder, you will get hurt, like the case of Nkosinati here, where his mother, and ironically, it was his second warning, because he said that the first time someone told him not to do it, still went and did it, and then his mother now came in and said, you're here to make peace, not to fight. And then he went again and he got trapped. So stubbornness, there are signs, you know, there's something telling you you're pushing towards this thing, but you're going to get hurt, you're going to damage yourself, you're going to put yourself in trouble. Whereas persistence knows how to respect the warning signs.
Yeah.
It knows that if I keep on pushing here. Persistence is actually very wise because it knows if I'm going to keep pushing in this direction, there's going to be a problem. So for me to avoid the problem, let me stop here.
Okay.
That's the difference.
That's the first point. The second point I want to mention is that a stubborn person is resistant to change. And the person does not have a clear goal, a clear direction where he's going. He's just insisting on something. He doesn't have a goal. And he's not resistant to change. This is how I want it. This is how it's going to be. And I don't care what anybody thinks, it's how it's going to be. On the other hand, a person who is persistent, he has tenacity with that specific goal. You know, he's got a vision, a target he wants to reach. And when he realizes that going west will not get him there, he's going to go east. He's not going to insist, no, but I want to get there via east. Look, it's not going to work going west. I'm going east, and that's all. Vice versa, it doesn't matter. They want to force. A stubborn person wants to force it. It's got to be this way, my way, or the highway. A person who's persistent understands that's the goal, that's the vision. However, I might not be able to conquer it the way I want, but I'm going to have to conquer it in a specific way. I was planning to go this way, but clearly things didn't go that way. So he's flexible to the change. Not that he gives up on the dream, but he's flexible to go or do things the way he realizes he needs to do things in order to achieve what he needs to achieve. I thought we had lost you, Uncle Vinnie. Third point.
So persistence kicks in when conviction is involved. When you're sure of something, you're certain that this is going to work.
Yeah.
Stubbornness is triggered when your ego is at stake. So you can see that stubbornness is a very selfish thing because of reputation and the perception and everything. So if your ego is leading your goal, your objective, your plans, you are being very stubborn. What will people think about me? What will people say about me? How will people feel about me if I don't do X, Y, Z?
Yes.
That's a problem because you're only thinking about how you will look in front of people. Whereas persistence is you believe in something, and regardless of what people will say, you're going to push to get it. It's another difference.
Another one I want to talk about is that stubbornness is driven by ego and it's driven by pride. I think it's quite straightforward. You're not going to listen to anyone. What is a stubborn person? Don't do it. No, I'm going to do it. Guys, I need you to tell Uncle Vinnie, okay, now it's on my side, guys, the load shedding, yeah, the load shedding is on my side. Don't worry, the lights will be back on. Oh, Peter Beauty. Hey, my aircon went off. Sorry, guys. Hey. I'm going to be persistent, not stubborn. A stubborn person, if I say to you, let's say Uncle Vinnie asks you to talk to me about something which you think I need to change. And if he says, nah, I'm not going to talk to him, he's stubborn, which means what is pride? Because sometimes people think pride is about me saying to you, I'm better than you. No, I'm better, I'm the best. No, pride can be very subtle when a person just doesn't listen to people, just doesn't listen to sound advice. Percy's pride made him to think that he didn't need to listen to his friends and those who told him, hey, this relationship is going to be toxic to you. Percy's pride made him to think that he didn't need to listen to any advice. One dealer's case was pretty much the same. My case, as I shared with you, and Kosinati's was the same. I don't need to listen to anybody's version of the story. Persistence, on the other hand, the person is humble. Remember, he has an objective, and he's humble to listen to what he needs to. He's persistent. No matter what you tell him, he's not going to give up on that dream. But if you say to him, listen, maybe you need to do it a little bit to the left or maybe a little bit to the right. Look, I get what you're trying to do, but maybe you need to, work a little bit on it. And he will change. Not his vision, not his goal, not what he wants to conquer at the end, but he will change maybe the way he's going to reach that. He listens to advice. What's going to help him get there smoother, better, more profitable? He will listen. Maybe it's not going to be smoother. Maybe it's not going to be faster. Maybe it's going to be more arduous. But because he's humble, he's willing to do what he has to do because he doesn't lose sight of what he wants to achieve. But at the same time, he's humble to take the advice along the way. He's facing this way, right? He's coming towards you. Along the way, there will be the voices telling him, go left, go right. But that left and right might be distractions, but that left and right might also be, be careful with the pothole. Go left so you avoid the pothole and get back on track. I hope that one's clear. Vinny?
For me, the last one, I would say that stubbornness shows one's level of maturity.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you need to know when to stop and when to go.
Yeah.
Someone who is very mature, he is mentally leveled, and he doesn't just go with his ego, as we previously mentioned, but he knows when to take in things. So if you are always forcing what you want, what you think, what you feel, probably your decision capacity is not the strongest because you're not listening.
Mm-hmm.
Listening is a very important thing in decision making. So someone who is persistent is mentally strong, he's mature, he has direction because he knows that I need to get the best outcome. And sometimes that best outcome won't only come from me. So he is mentally strong enough to make that choice. Where someone who is stubborn lacks that mental capacity, that mental strength, or probably that maturity to carry out their dreams and objectives.
I hear you. And I want to wrap up with one of the points you shared with me. Persistence is a behavior. Stubbornness is an attitude. Behavior, it's a part of you. You're persistent. Stubbornness is an attitude, more like a reaction. Hey, I think you need to tone down on what you're doing. No, this is how I'm going to do things. This is who I am. It's a reaction. Persistence, as Vinnie just mentioned about the maturity, hey, maybe you're right. You're going to think, even if the advice is not one you should take, you're not going to immediately say no. You're going to wait and say, wait, let's calculate. Worth my time, worth listening to. Should I really move in this direction? Wait a minute. This person said I need to work on this. I'm going to ask other people. I'm going to find out if that's really who I am. Do I really have to work on it? I'm going to hear. You're always open-minded. So persistence is a behavior. Persistence is a behavior, a mindset to never give up on something which you know you have to achieve. It's in you to achieve. Stubbornness, on the other hand, I would even go back to what Vinnie said. You have that mindset, I have to achieve it. You want to prove a point for others to see. How many today are locked behind bars because they were stubborn? Somebody told them, bro, this life of crime is going to land you up in trouble. Did he listen? No, he was stubborn. He got the money, he got what he wanted, but at the same time, he had to deal with the consequences of it. And I think it's similar to when we were talking about it earlier on, Vinnie. A stubborn person, when things goes wrong, he doesn't learn his lesson.
He blames others for it.
Precisely.
It's easy to point fingers at other people. A stubborn person will do that. It didn't work because of you. They're always attacking.
It's never on them. They will never take responsibility.
They
That's
never
so
take
true.
ownership.
Persistent person, on the other hand, if it's his mistake, I got you. It's my mistake. I'm willing to deal with the consequences. I got it wrong. Persistence doesn't mean you're going to be perfect every time, but persistence has to do with you're going to learn from that. And you will definitely take responsibility for what you've done and what you said or what you're going through. I think that is it. Any final words, Uncle Vinnie?
Well, final words is everybody, as we usually wrap up, everybody has a choice.
Everybody has a choice. You want to be stubborn or you want to be persistent. We all know, but change starts inside of you. That change begins with a decision to do it. And I'll be honest, it will work on your ego. if you're a person who gets offended when you're corrected or when somebody says what you don't want to hear and you're easily offended, I'm sorry to say that you might have the syndrome of stubbornness. That's not persistence. The famous, this is who I am. That's kind of like stubbornness. That's not persistence. And I do suggest you work on it if you do think you want to be a better person. So that's it, guys. I'm glad to be here. My apologies yesterday. I really, really wanted to be here. I was so sad, but I couldn't be, guys. We were running errands with the team this side here. But next week we'll be back. I think next week we might even be back Sunday. We'll see. I'll let you guys know if we can. I liked the format of today. It was a bit different, but very soon y'all get ready for what we're going to be next. We are working on the final scenes of the upcoming YPG music video. I hope you guys are ready for it. It's going to be a banger. As soon as we have an idea, we will let you guys know when it's going to be dropped. I don't want to give you guys a date and flop, but also on the 1st of January, I'm going to confirm with the media team, we will be dropping a 2023 retrospective, the best moments of 2023, and also the funniest moments of the 2023. Okay, so make sure that you guys stay ready for it. Anything that I'm forgetting, Uncle Vinnie?
I think that's about it, PJ. I think you done said it all.
All right, that's it, fam. Make sure that you don't stop taking things to another level. I'm reminding you that we are in the final weeks of To Another Level, and we will be soon introducing a new vibe. You know what's interesting? We were talking about it when we had Too Much Sauce. Too Much Sauce was hot. And then, oh my goodness. You guys know, guys, stop it. Oh my goodness, there we go. That's definitely good to be in. Our Free State fam will definitely be featured on this one. Anyways, I was saying the Too Much Sauce one was superb, but then when To Another Level caught on, it was that car that was slow in the beginning, but once it got that momentum, it killed. I almost turned back on the new one. I'm like, is the fam gonna feel and appreciate it? I don't know. In the beginning, it might be a bit weird, but I hope you guys are gonna like it. All right, Uncle Vinnie, did I share it with you?
You mentioned it. Yes, you did. You did.
Did I mention it? Okay. Anyways, fam, if you guys want to get in touch, you want to vent, you want to talk, get in touch. Our toll-free helpline is there at the bottom of your screen, 0800 330 320. Alternatively, you guys are more than welcome to DM us. You know, holler at us. You want to vent, you want to talk to someone. Share this link. Get one of your friends to connect. And I also want to request that each and every one of us take this page, the YPG page, and share it with someone who might be depressed. Share it with someone who might be suicidal. We invaded a couple of pages. Maybe we'll talk about this in our next Bible Clock. A couple of pages, myself, the mentors and the coordinators of people who were really suicidal. And that day, that week, as a matter of fact, lots of people were DMing us. Holler at them, you know, tell them, just send them, be like, yo, can you follow? I'm sure that one post we will share there will definitely hit home for them and help them change their lives. All right, that's it from us, guys. We hope to see you soon. Take care of yourselves. It's always awesome being connected with you guys. And let's keep going to another level. We are out of here.
You set my world free. 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 Yeah. Nothing can compare to world free, nothing can compare to. Yeah, I found you in the YPG. You set my world free, I found you in the YPG. I found you in the YPG. You set my world free, I found you in the YPG. You set my world free, nothing can compare to this. You set my world free. Yeah, I set myself free, nothing can compare to this. I set myself free. Say I will not doubt myself, and I'll believe in myself in the YPG as I level up with every move. We'll take it to another level, another level, another. We're going to another level, another level, another level, another. I've been down before. Feel like a whole world just wants my fall. I've been trapped by what they see me for, but now I'm free, free to go. We'll take it to another level, another level, another level, another level, another. We're going to another level, another.